Hey guys, if you're an animal lover like me, I have a story that I need to share with you. It's not going to be an easy story for me to tell or for you to hear, but it's one that is really important to me. At the end of the video, I want to turn this into something positive, and I really hope you'll stick around. Well, without a doubt, this is the hardest video I've had to make so far on my channel. Sorry, it's not my usual kind of content. You guys know that I make mostly travel and lifestyle videos and occasional restaurant reviews and other content like that, but this one's very different. The reason I'm doing it is because I've had this feeling in my gut for 2 weeks now. It still hasn't gone, and I need to talk to you guys about it. I really want to hear your feedback if you are interested in having a conversation with me in the comments. But before we get into that, guys, as I said, the reason I'm making this video is because I cannot shake this horrible feeling that I've had for 2 weeks because something recently happened. Recently, I was scrolling through my Instagram feed, as I do almost every day, checking out what's going on, and a video appeared that unfortunately at the time hadn't been flagged as sensitive material. This video appeared and it started playing, and it took a few seconds before I realized what it was. And as soon as I did realize what it was, I literally threw my phone down because I could not watch it. It was sickening, and it's the reason that I'm making this video today. I had to stop and start filming so many times because this is a really hard video for me to film, guys, because it's really the kind of content that upsets me the most. It's taken me a long time to film this and lots of cuts, trust me, it's been horrible. Okay, let's get into the story. Now, the video I'm talking about, obviously I can't show it. I never would, because it's actually really horrific. I would not want to share that with you guys anyway. I'm sure most of you would be absolutely sickened and horrified by it, and I'm not even going to go into the details of what happened in that video. The Instagram page that shared it is not in any way promoting this violent video that I'm referring to, but it was sharing it as a way of creating awareness. Makes you more aware of the kind of people that are living in your neighborhoods, and it's just disgusting. This is a video that I saw about a very sickening animal abuse case. It was involving a dog and two men who were being extremely abusive to that dog. The things they did to it were just sickening. I didn't even watch the clip from start to end because I couldn't. It just made me want to vomit the second I saw it. What I was talking about here was physical violence against the dog with the intention of ending its life, and that's all I can go into. I'm not going to link directly to that video, obviously, because that would be a breach of the rules, but the page that shared it was actually an animal refuge page, and this refuge actually shares these kind of videos occasionally just to create awareness of the kind of people that are in our society, the kind of people that are really sick, the kind of people that really have no regard whatsoever for the life of another being. They do not care that an animal has feelings. From the couple of seconds of the video I saw, I could see that these men were getting pleasure from what they were doing to the animal. That's what really sickens me the most, is knowing that there are people like this in our world, in our neighborhoods. We aren't aware enough of what's going on around us. Sadly, these videos, as horrible as they are to watch, and they're really sickening, they need to be spread because people need to be denounced for their actions. These kind of videos need to be made viral. I do not believe in anyone going and bullying these people or doing anything towards them. Let's let the public reveal their faces, because these people are a disgrace to society. Unfortunately, you know, I thought it was an isolated event, and I thought, oh God, it sickened me when I saw it. It made me really upset, but I thought, well, it must be an isolated event. Surely that can't be happening all the time. But sadly, again and again, these kind of stories are appearing on my feeds, and it's just, enough's enough. I don't want to see these kinds of cases of abuse, and something has to be done in our society to stop this. I think it is a case of education, because anyone that thinks it is okay to abuse an animal and thinks that that animal does not have feelings, they get entertainment from it, they get joy from it, they get whatever sick feeling they get from it, they're messed up in the head. That is not normal, and we need to educate people that this is not normal. And imagine these people are raising their children desensitized to the abuse of animals. So what happens? The children grow up and continue the cycle, and we need to break that cycle somehow. We have to denounce all we can. We have to pressure our governments to ensure that these people get the strictest punishment by law possible. We have to send a message that this is not acceptable in this day and age to abuse an animal. It concerns me that if people are that sick and so heartless and have no feeling whatsoever, no regard for the animals, what else are they capable of? Can they do that to their own family? Is there a connection there? You know, I have a lot of questions, and I think that's what this video is mainly about, and I want to put the questions out there because I have my own theories. theories, which I'll share with you, but I want to hear your opinions as well. So please leave a comment, and please do me a favor, if this video has stirred something up in you, if it's made you feel something, if you feel something needs to happen, please share it with your friends. Help get this video out so more and more people can hear the message that I'm trying to spread in this video. Let's take action. Let's do something, whatever we can, to stop these kind of abuse cases from continuing. It starts with education, I believe, and I think we need education in primary schools, and that's when we can put the message in their head that no, it is not okay to be violent, it is not okay to be aggressive. That needs to be a thing of the past. We need to bury it. We can't allow this to keep continuing. My question for you guys, I want to just start a discussion, because I know animal abuse occurs in every country of the world, and sadly abuse cases against humans, of course, but I'm mentioning this issue today because it was the video I watched. What I wanted to talk about is, why do you think that this is so prevalent, and why do you think it is still happening? Why do you think people think it is acceptable to abuse an animal? Do you think that they don't understand that this animal has feelings, or do you think they just don't care? Why do you think that abusing and torturing an animal to death is entertaining, and what kind of sick pleasure does it give to a person? It's not healthy. As part of my research into this video, I actually spoke to a girl who was a psychologist because I wanted her point of view, and I asked her, you know, what makes a person like that? And she said a lot of it comes from their upbringing and being exposed to violence, maybe being victims of violence themselves from their parents or relatives, watching animal abuse, maybe going to bullfighting or cockfighting. It's been normalized. They think this is okay. Me being an Australian and growing up in a country where animal abuse is absolutely not tolerated, and there are very, very strict rules against it, it was shocking to me, and it still shocks me every day that there are many, many countries around the world that still allow it legally. I wonder what it does to the mind of a person when they grow up thinking abuse, torture, suffering is entertainment. What does that do? I don't understand what that does to a human brain, but the psychologist I spoke to said, you know, these people that are abusing the animals have psychopathic traits because they don't feel anything, they don't feel any compassion, they don't understand, or maybe they understand but they just don't care about suffering. They don't care. These are psychopathic traits. And also she said that, you know, this is why there are high levels of violence in many of these countries where animal abuse is legalized, because some people that are capable of such extreme violence to an animal, we have to ask, what else are they capable of? Are they capable of violence towards their own family members, towards other people? There has to be a link there, you know, and these are just my theories, but again, I'm putting it out to you. What do you think causes this? Why do you think it is so prevalent? Are the laws strict enough? Are the punishments great enough? Is education enough? Are we teaching younger generations that this is unacceptable? What can we do? Obviously, animal abuse sadly occurs in every country of the world. I'm not saying there's any country where it doesn't exist, but there are certainly some countries where it is much more prevalent than others, and we have to look at why that is happening. What are people being exposed to in society that makes them so violent? Going back to that video, it was sickening to see these men. The way that they were behaving in that video was so disturbing. The savagery of them was revolting. Like, I don't understand what would be going through their mind. It's not something that I'm capable of understanding, and I don't want to understand it. It's not normal. Abusing another living being is not healthy in any way whatsoever, and getting pleasure from it, nor is that healthy. So those are the questions I posed. What I was planning to do, because I want to do something positive to kind of counter these horrific things that I've been seeing recently. And I encourage some of you, please, if you're in other countries around the world, do whatever you can to help animals. We are their voices. The overwhelming majority of people do not support animal abuse. They hate it, they detest it. But the minority is powerful because the majority don't do enough to stop it. And there are things we can do to stop it. There are many things you can do. You can write to your politicians, you can write to your government, you can sign petitions online, you can denounce acts of animal cruelty, you can just denounce people on social media to say that this is not okay. This is not okay. We can do something. Please do something, do whatever you can. Just sitting by and accepting that that's just the way it is not good enough. And I've seen that attitude in a lot of people where I say, you know, aren't you unhappy about this in your society or this part of society? And I've seen this defeatist attitude where people are like, yeah, but that's the way it is, too bad. And they've accepted it, and that's the problem. If we don't do anything to force change, then nothing will change. So what can we do? Now, as I mentioned, I wanted to do something positive in this video as well. I want to kind of counter some of the horrible things that humans do, and I want to do something to support some of the animal shelters here in this city, Medellin. I'm thinking of doing a fundraiser, and I wanted to hear your guys' opinions as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link some of the details of a couple of the animal shelters here in Medellin that you can donate directly to if you are in Medellin, and if you're abroad, there are PayPal accounts. If you have a PayPal, you can do a money transfer that way. One of them also has a GoFundMe account, so you can transfer internationally that way. So if you want to donate directly to those, I would really recommend it, because the animal shelters here are doing such great things. They have no-kill animal shelters. They're looking after animals for as long as they can until they get adopted. Adopt, don't shop. That's a great way to give a poor little dog or cat another chance at life. Another idea, if you would like me to do this, please let me know in the comments. I would be interested in starting my own GoFundMe, and I guarantee that 100% of the funds that are raised, I will use it myself to go to stores and buy products that these animal shelters need. So whatever money is raised, and I will have receipts to show you that I'm spending 100% of it, I will go and buy the products that these animal shelters need, whether it be food or veterinary products or cleaning products or whatever they need. I will buy it, and I will go there myself and donate them in person. So let me know if you would like me to start a GoFundMe, and I could do that myself. But if not, please have a look at the links that I'm going to have in the description box below if you would like to donate directly to the animal shelters in Medellin. So guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please do me a favor and like this video and share it, because that will help with the YouTube algorithm. I'd really love this video in particular to be spread as wide as possible. So if you can share it with your friends, that would be really amazing, because not only do I want to share the message of this video, but hopefully encourage some more donations. I'll be visiting an animal shelter myself in the next couple of weeks, and I'll definitely be sharing that experience with you guys. Thank you for watching to the end, guys. Next video will be a happy one, I promise. Thanks, guys.